At this time, everybody, we'd like to just talk a little bit more of how to produce a perfect, very enjoyable walk. And we've done a lot on this before, so study those and add this to it too. So remember how you learn to dance. Dancing is movements, not stepping. Okay, so we try and give you the movements that make it easy to move yourself and to move with your partner. Now, one of the things we do is, if you remember, we have our walks. If you remember the posture, okay, we relax the knees a little bit, okay, and we have to break in our pelvic. If you don't have that, you're not dancing, you're walking, okay? You're just walking through that. So when you break that pelvic, all of a sudden your body starts dancing. With bends in your body, they can dance. If you're straight, then nothing happens. You just walk through your feet. So we bend our knees a little bit. We break forward a little bit. Now here's an important thing. When you do that, to make it work, we talked about anchor and angle before. First of all, we're going to exaggerate. Okay, everybody go down. Woo, real low. See, here's your ankle triangular. That puts your seat straight down towards the floor. And that stays there almost through the whole dance. Stays down. Now, the biggest mistake with that is when we walk, that this thing either sticks out or it bounces back and forth. Every time it does that, it throws your balance off. So you can't dance well and you can't communicate well because you have too much movement going on. Remember, we need the stillness up here to be able to communicate. If there's any noise, you might miss the lead, okay? So that's anchor. But now we have to have our angle. So to create our rhythm and connect to our partner, we break here, we keep our back straight. That puts our center over our front knee. That's where we stay for our center period, the whole dance, okay? And we have our breaks. We have rhythm and we have balance. We have center. Okay, now here's the problem. Too many people leave their rib bones or bottom rib bones sticking out. So now when they dance, their back end is sticking out and they're at a weird angle. Now, to do that, to keep your anchor and your angle together, you have to do an ab crunch. That means here, in your bottom two rib bones, okay, you push them straight back. Okay, so we're going to do an exercise. Push your tummy out, okay, push it back. Out, back, out, back, right. And that's where we keep it. And that lets all the air out. You relax. Dancing is relaxing, not tension, okay? So if you keep that, that ab back, now hold on, if you do too much, everything is a little bit. If you do too much, you're going to hunch. So you can't do that. We don't want to sway back and we don't want to hunch back. We want a relaxed straight back. I should say a straight back with a relaxed front. Now when you do that, it does two very good things. It gives you a very straight back, and it allows you to keep your anchor, your seat towards the floor, and your angle with your spine slightly forward. That's the only way to do it. Anything else comes out kind of strange and awkward, okay? So then if we're both doing that, back, then we walk into each other. Now we have our intimacy. Because we're angled forward slightly and our tummy is back, that pushes our chest plate forward a little bit. When we come together, we're very nice. We share our axis. Our sternums are either right to each other, or in this case, because of the height difference, mine's on top of hers, but it's the same axis. That's the only way to do it. If you're dancing, which unfortunately a lot of people do, because we were taught since we were kids to stand up straight and throw your shoulders back. That pushes these bones out, and what are you doing? You're actually pushing your partner away from you. If you want your partner to come in, you create a hole right there, okay? Then your partner fills that hole, and you're nice and cozy together, and you move together, okay? So very important. Put those in there, and again, just to add one more thing, when you do that, when you push these two rib bones back, also squeeze your pecs. Again, if you squeeze them too much, you're going to hunch. If you open them up, you're too stiff and off balance, okay? So you do it a little bit, and what I try and tell people is, you squeeze them up to the point that they start rising. If your shoulders start rising, pull it back a hair, and that's where you stay. That squeezes, okay? That keeps your elbows in front of you for balance, and plus it helps also create that space for the partner. It's like we're hugging a tree. And from previous videos, you know that when we do that, we actually hold on by squeezing our pecs and holding the partner this way rather than forward and back. Okay? So that's number one. So put that in there. See if that helps your dancing. Oh, missed one thing. Hold on for a second. Now, when you do that, we were getting to that walk. So now, to keep your pelvic hip area, your trunk area, from bouncing back and forth, you have to keep that sitting down. So every time you walk, step and step, see that? Every time she steps, her seat is right towards the ground. We don't get any of this rocking and back, none whatsoever. Okay, it's not stiff, it's still for balance because we get a lot of movement in other places. Now you have to do a lot of things in your feet here when you're going. Number one, we've talked about this before. You have to push your knee forward, you roll your toes, you're going slowly from here, you're doing your split weight, and when you're rolling it, you keep that seat right underneath you the whole time, and then you're solid. You're very solid in your dancing. We have tremendous amount of connection, which makes the dance exciting without knocking each other off balance. And the same thing happens backwards. When she goes back, okay, she stretches the leg, but not so much it's going to pull her seat out, okay? She keeps it underneath her, keeps it under, keeps it under. And like we said before, in other disciplines, when they reach with their hip also, so it looks like their leg starts up here. Because we're dancing with a partner, that doesn't work for us. So we actually keep our hips underneath us and only go back from the hamstring so that you create energy. You have your hamstring pull against your seat, and it helps pull you back as you push. So it does not bounce back and forth. You should feel like you have a plumb bob right here, and it stays straight down towards the ground, okay? So that's a little more talk on your anchor. Go ahead and play with that, and we'll be back with a variation that will incorporate that.